I thought that while the sun's shining, I'd give you a quick bookcase tour and have a think about what I might be reading next year. So this is one of my bookshelves here. And this is my second bookshelf. Now these are just the books that I want to read, and I've also got a pile of books in another room that belong to this. And then I've got another 2 bookshelves that are full of books that I've already read and that are keepers. So yeah, I've got a lot of books in my house. But the goal is to read these and sell them, move them on, and make some more space. So this bookshelf is the one that's got sets that are mostly finished, or are complete enough that I'd like to read them, and a few odd books on their own. So I could be reading some historical fiction with the S.J. Paris books, or I could be reading some Egyptian mythology by Rick Riordan. But probably first I would want to read the Greek books of his, the Percy Jackson books. Then we have the Wind Singer books, the Wind on Fire series. I've already sold a copy of these, so I know that they will sell if I do read them. And then we have Garth Nix. I've got quite a lot of his books actually. They're not the only ones of his I've got. And then we have a whole selection of Buffy and Angel books. Now that's not a whole set though, they're just random ones, but I think they'll really sell well. Or at least as a bundle they'll probably sell, so they might be a possibility to read next to clear some space. And I have the Gone series by Michael Grant. I have sold a version of these because I had 2 sets for some reason, so yeah, that would clear quite a bit of space if I managed to read and sell those. What else grabs me? I quite like the covers of these. The uglies, the pretties and the specials. I've got quite a bit of Brandon Sanderson, but I'm not sure if I really want to start on him yet. I also have quite a lot of Anthony Horowitz. I did sell a complete set of these, 1 to 10. They did quite well, but these ones obviously are all mixed covers and in not very good condition. But that would look at the amount of space that would clear if I read those next. And then we have the Beautiful Dead series, which I finally managed to complete. These ones, I've had 3 of them for ages and I finally found the 4th one. So that's probably quite a high want to read. Then we have some Mark Walden, which is kind of secret agent type things. I've read a lot of Darren Shan this year, but so I could complete his books with Zombie and the Thin Executioner. But I'm a bit Darren Shand out at the moment, having read his 10-book Demonata. Now, these ones I should possibly start reading because I'm not really sure if they're going to be my cup of tea. Fallen, Torment, Passion and Rapture. I think that's all of the ones in that set. I shall have to double check. And then coming down here, we have some Brent Weeks fantasy. Oh yes, I've also got all of the Mortal Engines series and its prequel. That'd be a nice set to get my teeth into. And I have Wings of Fire. I have the Shadow and Bone trilogy, which I love the covers of as well. They look great. And Neil Stevenson, I think this is more historical fantasy. And some dragon books. I think I'm missing one of these actually. I think there's 6. I actually might be missing a couple. I might need to check that. I'm not sure why they're in this bookcase. They should be in the other one. Probably because I keep running out of room and just putting things anywhere. What have we got down here? Some Kelly Armstrong, which I think is werewolves. Things like that. Now these ones look a bit like the Sinclair's Mysteries, which I really enjoyed. Sort of a murder mystery type thing, I think. Then we have some older books here. We have some of the old Enid Blyton school books and Winston Graham's Poldark. And then over here I have a lot of Louise Renison. Now I actually feel that I probably ought to read this one, because I have a feeling I might not want to read them all. And that would be quite a lot of space to get rid of if I don't like them. Because it seems quite girly, and I'm not really a girly kind of reader. But we'll see. If the comedy's good enough, I might keep reading them. So maybe I should start the first one of those and see if I like it. Down here we have a random selection of quite large books that are a bit daunting. I think the Diana Bolden is the next one I need to read in the series, because I read the first 3 of those on Kindle, or 3 or 4. And we've got some Dexter books, but I don't think I've got all of those. And then a couple of random books, which I'm probably not massively interested in reading. And this is the space where I need to put back my Robin Hobbs that I was just recording about in my previous video. By the time this video goes out, I should have finished reading the first 3, because I read the first 2 earlier this year, and I'm taking the third one as my Christmas read. So then I have the other 2 series to finish. But as these books aren't in great condition, they're not going to sell for very much. And they might be keepers. So I'm not in a massive rush to read them. I'm just going to read them when I really need that fantasy fix. So let me put these 2 back, because I'm actually recording this before Christmas. So this one's coming with me for my Christmas read when we visit the family. Right, let's go back over. Right, back over at my other bookshelf. These aren't completely finished sets over here. So I have the Armstead Maupin books, which I have no interest in reading, because I started trying to read the first one and really didn't like it. I'm just missing one of those books to make it into a complete set to sell. On top of that, I have some romantasy, is it, I guess? It's kind of got dragons and it's love, and I picked them up as a bit of an amusement, and I probably won't read them. I'll probably just flick through them and then sell them, to be honest. Probably not my cup of tea. Now Kathy Reichs, I keep mentioning her because I keep picking up her books because she's written so many, and this is the first one, and I've left it in here to remind me that I should read this in order to see if I want to keep hold of all of these books that are taking up so much space. Because if I don't like it, that'll be quite a big space clearer. This is the one that's the Bone series, and I'm trying to decide whether to read the books or watch the TV series first. And I'm guessing I'll probably read the book first. Read this one, see if I like it. And then I'll probably be dipping in and out of those if I do for the rest of the year. Yes, Clan of the Cave Bear, I'm trying to get hold of some more of those. I've now got all of the Richard Osman books. And I have these 3, I think these 4, I think I'm missing one from this set. Garth Nix, I kept forgetting which one I was missing in his week series. So I've now got one of each day. So I should probably read those to clear them out, and then I'll just be looking for the missing ones to make a second set. So they're probably actually pretty high on my to-read list because I've got so many of them. Now I have also the Skullduggery Pleasant books. I've got 1 to 10 out of 16. So they would be quite a good read to clear out the shelves, because I've got 5 of them here. I've got 5 of them here. Oh, and a duplicate, and 5 over on my other shelf. What else have we got over here? think that's a complete set of Patricia Briggs now. I'm still missing one of these. I'm not sure if this is a complete set or not. This is more historical fiction. Definitely missing some of these, I think. They've got a couple more Enid Blyton. Oh, I could read those with the school ones and then bundle them all together. What else have we got here? Oh yes, a lot of Simon Scarrow. Again, I've been collecting them as I saw them, but I don't know if they're going to be my cup of tea. I think they probably will be because it's kind of set in the Roman Empire and I quite like a bit of Roman history. So what I'm probably going to do is read the first one to make sure it's worth keeping them to read rather than clearing all of this space, because there's a lot of them. And I've got a few random Paddington books. They'll just be when I want something light and easy to read, I'll just slip one of those in. The Artemis Fowls, I don't think I've got all of those. Down here we have some young Sherlock. I'm missing one of these, well, one of hers. I'm not sure if it's actually a set. I'm missing the third one. David Gemmell I've been collecting because he's very well-known fantasy. And I haven't read any of those yet. I probably ought to read the first one of that to see if I like his style. Oh look, I've got a duplicate and Robin Hobb I need to get rid of. I've also got these Forgotten Realms books. Icewind Dale trilogy. I love the Icewind Dale computer game, so they will be a nice read. Got this set from the car boot, if you remember, and that one was missing, so I picked that one up online to finish the set, and I'm not sure if it's, I think it will fit in the box, but I don't want to force it in there until I finish reading them. And I got some George R.R. Martin to read. Obviously read the Game of Thrones, love that. But these are some of his others. These ones look intriguing. Charlene Harris, sort of comedic Shakespearean. And then we have some more Kelly Armstrong, which I think is Werewolves and Magic. I'm not sure about these ones. And then down here, I started collecting the How to Train Your Dragon books, just because I love the film. I thought it was cute and funny. And some easy read children's books are always nice to have. I think I'm still missing a couple though, so I'd have to look at that before I started it. I hate starting a series when it doesn't end. Mr. Martin. Some Terry Brooks that I need to collect a couple more of these. And Chris Riddell, I'm not sure if I've got all of those either. And then down here, oh yes, I'm definitely missing some of these Spooks books. I'm looking out for those to finish the set. These are more historical fiction. I think these are kind of like the Crusades. That'd be quite good. Oh, there's another Brandon Sanders in there, which is obviously one that's not a set. I got some Mercedes Lackey, but they're not a set. And some Louise Renison. I think there might be one missing from that. And then the Twilight series, which I've actually never read. Obviously watched the films. And I have a couple of other random books. Oh, and I've got this set down here. Yeah. I think this is more historic fantasy as well. The Kate Moss books. And then we have some Terry Goodkind, but I'm definitely missing one of those. And then stacked up the side, I've got, this is the Charlene Harris set, which is for True Blood series. We have some poetry, if I'm in the mood for that. We have all of the Warrior Cat books, except for the first one, which I have read before. But these are all the, oh, you can see there. Oh, I'm trying to get it around the side. I've shown you these in another video, so I might just have to snip that back in to show you. But basically, I've got all the Warrior Cat books now. we have, squeeze in round here. What have I got there? Oh, I've got the Franz Kafka box set. I think I might have to be in the right mood for that though. I've got the 100. And then I've also got, sorry about my dodgy camera work today. I've also got, which is really interesting, which I might have for this year as a bit of fun, is this nice Folio Society book called The Folio Book of Days. If I can get it out of its case. This is a lovely looking book. It's really heavy. But if I can show you it, obviously after the introduction, it has a bit for every day. So what I thought I could do this year is start this and read a bit every day from the Folio Book of Days. That'll be a fun thing. Make sure I read at least once a day then. It says, it's natural to be curious about what people might have been up to or thinking or writing to each other on a particular day in a previous century. This book provides one set of answers among the myriad available to satisfy such inquisitiveness. So yeah, so I think that will be a fun thing to do every day. So I shall keep that one out. So back to the bookshelves. This is only really kind of scraping the surface. I've got so many books. And I think as I've got a library of books pretty much now, which is over 1,000, if I can manage to read 100 a year, it's going to take me 10 years to read them all. So I really need to be selective, pick my favourites. And if I don't like a book, feel free to move on, because I pick these up so cheap at charity shops and car boot sales. It doesn't matter if I don't read them all, although I probably will. This year my target was for 50 books and I did go over that. So hopefully I'm going to set my target for this next year for 75 books. That's going to be my target, because I really do need to read these, make some space. And I think that's doable because a lot of them are children's books and children's books are a quick read. Right, that's it for my quick bookshelf tour. And if you spotted anything as I was going through that you think I should put up higher on my priority list to read, let me know in the comments your reasons and help me to decide what to read next. So yeah, I'd love your input. So not sure if the way of tackling my TBR is going to be what's going to clear the most space, what's going to be the easiest to sell on, or what I desperately want to read because it's what interests me most. It's kind of going to be a mix, I think. Probably going to be mixing it up with what I want to read and what I want to get rid of. Well, that's just a quick look around my bookshelves, not counting the piles that I've got in the other room, which I can't even face at the moment. So yeah, let me know what you think and let me know what you're reading next year. And next year I shall be doing more videos, probably be doing a few more reviews than I am hauls, because as you can see I've got rather a lot of books and I don't really need any more at the moment. I just need to read some of the ones I've got. So until I can start getting through these and clearing the decks, I'm probably going to be more restrained on the buying next year. So you'll be getting more review videos and talks about what I'm reading. And with that, I'm off to read a book.